If admission is denied by audiences, I guess its backup choice could be On Demand. You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of Admission.
Admissions officer must be on the receiving end of an entire nation's application panic. You didn't challenge yourself academically.
I'm worth $1 billion.
I'd really like to introduce you to somebody. This is Jeremiah Balaki.
You know, I'm not really your typical student. My brain sort of goes on a little walkabout.
He's a prodigy. Portia, I know this is all a bit abrupt, but I think maybe Jeremiah is your son.
Are you out of your mind? You need to leave now.
Jesus!
No means no.
Mom, put the gun down.
While Hollywood has spent plenty of time depicting college life, surprisingly, they haven't focused much or really at all on the process of getting into college. Well, maybe it's not that surprising, considering college life consists of plenty of drinking, sexual encounters, and mind games with professors, while applying to college consists of writing essays, nagging teachers for recommendation letters, and arguing with your parents over your future. But Paul Weitz feels he's cracked it, or rather, author Jean Hance Corlitz has. She cleverly turned the focus of her story not on the applicants, but the admissions officer who decides their fate. For his film adaptation, Weitz knew right away who he wanted, Tina Fey. The Saturday Night Live writer turned TV star has indeed been slowly transitioning to movies, and she hasn't even had to write them herself. But while Fey is coming off of her star turn co-hosting the Golden Globes, this time she won't find herself acting opposite box office champs like Steve Carell or Will Ferrell. Instead, she's been paired with Paul Rudd, the extremely likable but also apparently extremely passable comedian who's still riding the coattails of Knocked Up. Since his supporting role there, he has yet to star in his own hit film, but not for lack of trying. In the last 5 years, he starred in 10 movies. But Rudd's saving grace is undeniably his ability to play well with others, so that means he'll survive this no matter what. As for Fey, well, all eyes will be on her, not just because of the glow of her Golden Globes gig, but also the slight shadow of 30 Rock's cancellation. Will admission really be what decides if she's accepted or denied? I really enjoyed Tina Fey's performance in this film, and it reminded me, or perhaps reinforced, why I'm so happy to see her working in film and television, and I think a lot of other women are, and perhaps even some men, and that's because she portrays such a realistic interpretation of a working woman today. I think she just is such a great job of getting in that mindset and, you know, the concerns and the priorities and the fears, that she's just instantly relatable and really likable. And so I really was enjoying this movie because of that, up until a point. I'll get into it in a moment or so why I ended up having a problem with it in some areas. But I was, for the first half or 2/3, I was actually really enjoying this film. And not only because of her portrayal, but for also the reason that I thought they did a great job portraying the admissions process. You know, as I was talking in the opening, you might think that would be a little dull and boring, but they had some great visual gags, and I thought that Tina Fey's voiceover was great. They really did a nice job making it interesting and getting you emotionally invested. And again, Tina Fey's performance was fantastic, and I loved her relationship with Lily Tomlin as her mother. This movie had me. I was hooked. And then, though, as I said, about halfway through, or maybe 2/3 of the way through, Paul Rudd's character does something, or makes a mistake, I guess I would say, that I personally found unforgivable. Or at least it would take me a lot longer than the rest of the movie to forgive him. And I think that a lot of women who would relate to Tina Fey's character would feel the same way. So I think that's kind of a problem for the film. And I had a very big problem with the way it ended, the wrap-up. I didn't like the turn it took. At that point, the halfway through or 2/3, I was like, where are we going? Where we were going was great. Why are we making this turn? So I thought that was unfortunate. But that might just be me. Because I still think that it's an enjoyable film. If you like Tina Fey's work, Paul Rudd, besides having his character do that, is as charming as ever. And I think Tina Fey, for instance, gives a fantastic speech in the film about, in defense of going to college, which I think needs to be heard, because I think a lot more people are saying, why should I go to college? It's a huge money and time suck. But I think that she makes a really compelling, likable argument. And her character was just so, formidable and likable that I just, and maybe that's to the movie's credit, that because of the way it ended, I was disappointed because I had liked the character so much. So I would say I would think my personal recommendation is that Admission is a rental, but I think it's worth seeing, especially if you're a Tina Fey fan, if you're a 30 Rock fan, if you like Paul Rudd's work. I mean, good work is being done here, and it was certainly entertaining. And maybe, as I said, you won't be so put off by the kind of turn the film takes. So that's my thoughts on Admission. If you've seen the film, be sure to share your thoughts down below, and I hope you enjoyed my review, and you'll consider subscribing to Beyond the Trailer if you aren't already for my movie reviews, audience reviews, sometimes crew reviews, and also trailers and trailer reviews and movie news. Try to give a really comprehensive look at what's coming out of Hollywood and what it means for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you online. Bye.